And I want to talk about the shame, the deep shame around sex that our culture carries, that I've carried for so many years, that you're probably carrying, unless you've done very intense, deep work around this. So I grew up in a religious context which taught me that I should save myself for marriage, a monogamous marriage, and that anything outside of monogamy was sinful, and that there was a lot of shame and guilt around that. And so I committed myself to that path from a young age, and I didn't lose my virginity till I was 21, which was when I started to really question some of these beliefs. But I still carried shame for many, many years to come. And what I found over the last decade, I'm 31 now, is that more and more, year on year, my sexual desire hasn't diminished. It's actually grown. It's actually increased. No matter how much I tried to channel it into my career, into business, into, creativity, travel, this desire or this energy has just continued to expand in me. And so I had to come to the point, and it's really been in the last couple of years where I came to this point where I realized, I can't deny this part of myself anymore. I can't pretend to myself anymore that I want a purely monogamous, one partner for life type of arrangement where it's just, this exclusive setup agreement where we just agree to be with each other only. I really idealized that for a long time. And again, we're so conditioned to believe that this is the right way. This is like the higher path. But as I've gotten more and more truthful with myself, I've realized that it just doesn't feel like that's for me. And so I've wrestled with the shame of that. I've wrestled with, feeling maybe as though there's something wrong with me, maybe as though I'm wounded or I'm broken. Maybe I've just got this deep wound inside of me that prevents me from wanting to be exclusive with someone, which prevents me from being vulnerable enough to open to that exclusive intimacy. But as I've self-inquired, gone within, I've just found more and more that it just doesn't excite me. And I feel like that excitement has been so demonized and vilified and again shamed, because it's like, well, it shouldn't be exciting. It should just be, love is just love. You've got excitement, you've got passion, you've got, lust, desire, and then you've got love. And it's like this, it's held as this separate thing. And I'm realizing that no, actually, love encompasses all of these things. And there doesn't need to be a compromise. I feel that this has been about control, that our society has been very strategic about setting up these controls around our sexuality, because in fact our sexuality is our most potent power. It's our most powerful energy that we possess. And so there's been systematic control measures set up around it. There's been conditioning, there's been shame, there's been guilt. And ultimately what that's led to is what we have today, which is an insane divorce rate. So many people unsatisfied, unhappy, not having good sex, not even having good relationships, just resenting each other. And it's like, what if we could just get back to truthfulness with ourselves? What if we could just be honest with ourselves about our desires and make space for them and honor them, and not force them underground where they have to become these shameful things that leak out in affairs and, porn addiction and, sexual perversion. What if we could just open it up and expose it to the light and let it be seen and let it be okay to have these desires, whether it is for multiple partners, polyamory, all these varied expressions. What if we could just drop the shame and open ourselves up to the possibilities? That's where I'm leaning into at the moment, and it's bringing this great sense of aliveness and remembrance, which is really, really beautiful. So I'm feeling like now my journey is deeper and deeper going into sexuality, what this is actually all about. Because my path of spirituality has led me deep into practices like meditation, self-inquiry, yoga, all of these practices. But what I found, and this was especially when I went to India, was that day after day, week after week, month after month, sitting in meditation, doing self-inquiry, quieting my mind, it just kept taking me back. It kept taking me back to this deep, deep longing to merge. And this is what sexuality and spirituality are. It's merging, it's oneness. It's becoming one. It's dissolving this illusion of separation. And so what I'm finding is my spiritual path, the deeper I go with it, the deeper I'm being drawn back into my sexuality and this union of masculine and feminine. The masculine and feminine within, and also the masculine and feminine without. I'm just feeling so much more attracted to women these days. And I used to feel ashamed of that. But I'm allowing myself to accept it now. It's nothing could be more natural. Nothing could be more real. Nothing could be more spiritual than that, even though we've been deeply conditioned otherwise. So that's where I'm at, feeling pulled more and more into practices like Tantra, sexual alchemy. I've recently discovered the world of sexual shamanism, which is really just blowing my fucking mind open. Anyway, I hope that lights some light bulbs for you and sparks some inspiration for you to inquire deeper, for you to get more real, more honest, more truthful with yourself. Just accepting that we are deeply sexual beings and there is nothing wrong with that. It's a deep celebration of who we are. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful time. Look at this gorgeous place. Just love it. See ya.